Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it. See number one? Mistake.
Mistake.
A mistake that I see very often.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And it can have some pretty negative impact on rankings.
Oh.
I actually see it. I see it very often.
Really?
All the time. To be honest, it's like I've seen it.
Close your eyes.
But I get paid because I then tell people about it and they fix it. So
that's why you do what you do.
So that mistake is changing URLs.
Oh.
Changing URLs, changing your domain name also would do this. But changing your domain name is actually not that common. It doesn't happen that often. Yeah,
unless you go to like Tickle Feet to Burn Smidlin Photography.
That domain is taken, by the way. Burn Smidlin, if you were thinking about it.
Yeah, my alter ego.
Anyway, what happens very often is that people remove old content, especially from blogs.
Yeah.
Or if you're relaunching a site.
Yeah.
You say, everybody updates their site every few years.
Yeah.
Typically.
Like if you're changing from wedding photography to Twinkle Toes photography.
No, like if you just relaunched your site a little while ago.
I did.
Often when you do that, your URLs are going to change. Your URLs are not going to be the same when you're creating a new site.
Oh.
Usually not. Like some of the pages will be, but you have to know in advance that this is something to avoid.
Oh,
and most people don't know that. Even web designers don't. A lot of web designers don't know that. Some do, but some don't.
Because if they don't, it would cause...
It causes an immediate loss in rankings.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Great.
And I will say that even though you may not need this right now, if you're listening to this and you're like, well, I'm not thinking of changing my domain and I'm not planning to remove any blogs, I'm going to try to keep this short.
Yes.
So you can just listen anyway and remember it. And then when this does come up, then you can think, oh, yes.
Wait a second. Meredith's husband mentioned this.
I'm not supposed to do that.
Good thing I know, and I've put it in the back of my pocket head.
Right. Okay. So the reasons why people remove blogs.
Yeah.
A website relaunch is one. Other times.
It's just stinky.
It's not stinky, but it gets old. Like if you have a blog that you wrote 8 years ago about almost anything, there's probably a pretty good chance that it's outdated at this point.
There'll never be AI. And I'll tell you why.
So when that happens, when you're looking at your blogs and you think, oh, this is old, I don't really want it on my website anymore. Think twice about removing it. And before you just delete it, think.
Can you save it in
any
way?
Can you update it? Oh. Can you rewrite it? Can you create a more modern version of it?
There you go.
And then give it a new publish date. That's actually good for SEO. That's something you can do. It's a positive for SEO.
Oh, okay. Kind of clean up and dress up your old content.
Yes. Refresh.
Put some lipstick on it.
Yeah. And if it's something you can't update it, it's just really no longer relevant, or it's something you don't offer anymore or whatever, and you need to remove it, you need to take a few steps just to protect yourself against any loss in rankings.
Okay. So not just delete and done.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Don't do that. That's the problem.
Okay.
And the reason that this is a problem for SEO. So let's say you have a website and I have a website.
Okay.
Let's
just say that.
Yeah, we do. We actually both have websites.
Shocking.
So let's say I were to link to your website. Yes. I'm going to link to some article on your blog.
Thank you.
From my own blog. Huh. Now, we've talked a lot about linking and how valuable links are for SEO. Yes. What's happening when I link from my blog to your blog is I'm passing some SEO value from my site to yours.
Thank you.
The more valuable my site is, the more value I can pass to your site.
Thank you.
But what happens? You're welcome.
Thank you.
What happens when you then remove that blog that I'm linking to?
Oh, then that's a bad thing. It goes to nowhere. It goes to a bad code.
It goes to a bad code. It goes to a 404. It ends up with a 404.
Do you then get punished?
You don't get punished.
Not punished, but
no. Eventually, what's going to happen is I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to notice if I'm using SEMrush, hey, some of the links on my site are broken. I'm going to see, oh, this page that I was linking to on your site is no longer there.
Exists.
I'm going to remove that link. But even before that happens, once
rankings could go down.
then they've probably already gone down. Because what happens is the day that you remove that blog, the SEO value that I was sending to your site by linking to that blog is gone. It loses exactly 100.0% of the value.
Wow. Fast.
So, yeah.
Quickly.
So you can imagine if you do, like many times I've seen websites relaunched and all the URLs change except for the homepage. And they wonder a month later, why did our organic traffic the traffic dropped by 80%. And this is realistic. Like you can lose, and imagine if you're getting thousands of organic visits per month, all of a sudden you're just getting a couple hundred. So that can happen. So think twice about removing blogs before you do it. Okay, if you do need to do it.
Yeah, that was my next question.
Here's the steps you need to take.
Okay, get your pencils ready.
You need to have a 301 redirect. That's a 301 redirect.
What's that?
And what that is it's just a little message that you're giving to search engines. Hey, this page that used to be here, I moved it. It's now over here. I want anybody who tries to go to this old page, I want them to go to this new page instead. And be redirected. And also I want any SEO value that was coming into this old page to be redirected to this other page.
The who, the what? NESO? What's NESO? NESO? Oh, any SEO. Any SEO. Okay, I was like, what is NESEO?
Sorry, everybody.
No, it's just me.
So the SEO value that I was passing to your site with that link, you're going to redirect to a different page. Now, it's not 100%. When you do that, you can't keep 100% of that SEO value. You're going to lose about 20% of that value. Okay. Which is why I said, hey, think twice before you remove it. Right. If you need to remove it, just be aware, any links going to that page, you're going to lose some of the value. And so is there a way before you delete the link or upgrade or who the what that you can check, is anybody even linking to this? Yeah, you can. You can use SEMrush. Okay. You can log in and it's like the opening page of SEMrush. If you just paste in your domain, it's going to tell you all the links, not all, but it's going to tell you the majority of the links pointing to your site, and you can just go see, does anybody link to that page? Okay, so then if nobody links to that page and you delete it, are there consequences? There could still be consequences. Okay. There's probably going to be less. Okay. There may still be links out there that SEMrush hasn't captured. Right. People may have bookmarked it. It may be on social media. It may be an email. Like people could still end up on a 404, and that's not great. So that's why. Yeah, I've done that. I've gone and seen old pages that I've linked to, and I click it, and it says the 404. Yeah, and it's annoying. It's not impressive. Well, also, sometimes the websites just no longer exist. Yeah. Just completely yeah. Anyway, so you need to create positivity. A 301 redirect. And there are different ways to do this. Okay. And I would say if you're on, say, Squarespace, just go to Google and type in 301 redirect Squarespace. Squarespace has a blog. They'll tell you exactly how to do it. Fantastic. Same thing with Wix or Showit, or WordPress is a little different. WordPress, you can do it with a plugin. Ooh. So it depends on what plugins you're using. Often, your SEO plugin will have a 301 redirect option. Hey. Sometimes, I know for a few different SEO plugins, you need the paid version to use the 301. Fair enough. So in that case, if you're not paying for Yoast or all-in-one SEO plugin, then just go search for a new plugin. Go to your plugins, go to install new, do a search, and just type in 301 redirect. And there's a handful of them. They're all pretty much the same. This is a very easy thing to do, so you don't really need to worry much about the quality of a plugin. Just look for one with a lot of good reviews. A lot of good reviews. Yes. We'll leave that one alone. And use that. And they're very simple to use. So then, so now you are ready to create your 301 redirect. Yeah. The next step, remove the blog. Okay. Take it offline. Yeah. Make it, if you're in WordPress, make it a draft or delete it or whatever. But make it so it's no longer available, so that you cannot get to it if you were to navigate. If you try to go to that URL, it's not there anymore. Okay. Then you publish that 301 redirect. You do whatever the instructions are for Squarespace beforehand, before you remove the blog post. Just have your 301 prepared.
Okay.
It's just
what does
it's just
that mean,
it's just a line
prepared?
of text. It's just a line of text that you're going to paste somewhere.
Okay.
Just have a text editor open and write it, and then before you actually place it, remove the blog. So you remove the blog, then you copy and paste the 301 into the Squarespace setting where the Squarespace tells you to do it.
Yes.
Then, like, that's 90% of it. That's the most important stuff.
Take some chocolate.
If you want to then make sure that your remaining SEO is as good as possible, go to SEMrush or whatever you're using to do your SEO site audit and run an audit, and it will probably come back and find a few, maybe one, maybe two, maybe zero, but it's going to come back with an issue called permanent redirects.
Okay.
And what that means is that it's going to find all the links on your site that used to link to that blog.
Oh.
And it's going to say, hey, you're linking to something that you're then redirecting. So then you go to those links in your site and you change them. You either remove them because that blog is no longer there.
Right.
Or you link to
another better
something
updated
else.
Blog.
Yes, right.
Okay. I'm kind of with us.
I'd say
I feel like I left some luggage behind, so I'm not entirely here.
Okay.
I feel like I skipped someplace when some luggage is still back there, but I'm mostly here.
Okay. Well, let's keep going then.
Let's keep going on the travel.
The only other thing you need to worry about, you do need to worry about, but it's when you are placing that 301. So you're going to need to give it a new URL. Yes. So if somebody tries to go to that old blog, you need to give them a new place to go.
Because you want to keep them.
Yeah. Very rarely are you going to want to make that your homepage. If it's a blog that you're removing, then lead those people to the main blog page.
There we go.
Yeah, not your homepage.
There we go. And then you can see, it's like you're in the train station and you're looking up at the horaire, the schedule thing, and you can go, oh, wait, where do I want to go now since I'm here and I have all these options? No,
you're just sending, so you're not asking them where they want it. You're just sending them to someplace.
Yeah, but you're sending them to the home page of your blog where they could, if they wished, read and explore other blogs.
They could, yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. The sort of general rule, I think, would be if you're sending them, if it was a blog page, you want to send them one level up on your website. So if it's a blog, you want to go to the main blog page. If it were, if it was one of your service pages, you would want to then send them to the main service page.
Got
it. If it were like, you probably would not remove the about page, but if you were to remove the about page, then you would probably just lead them to the home page instead.
Got it. But we need the about page.
Yeah, there's not
Everyone
usually
loves
not
that.
an option.
That's where humans connect with humans.
Yeah. Anyway, be careful removing pages. If you do those steps, you should be fine.
Should be fine.
Yeah.
That's what I say. Good luck.
Podcast is over.
I have to always have the last word. Why is that? Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, yes, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.